Hey, beautiful guys. I hope that you are all well and that you are doing well. How to manifest an, a specific person, or how to manifest money, or whatever your heart desire. I'm going to show you today in this video how to do that. Let me think. Let's scratch that. So I know that you guys clicked on this video to clickbait, but let's be frankly honest. I know that you want the best next technique, but to be frankly honest with you, I was there. I've been there. I've done that. I've got the t-shirt. And I was also a victim of doing all of these techniques for the past 6 years. And let me tell you, a technique. What is a technique? A technique is actually something that you use to remind yourself that you already are the person that is having the desire that you desire. Period. Um, to put it this way, we all came probably from the law of attraction and the secret. You must vibrate high. You must do all of this positive thinking and all of that to be able to actually manifest whatever you desire. But to be honest with you, there is a truth in it, and it's not that I say that techniques doesn't work. They are tools, and they are valid tools if you use it correctly. And that tool is to remind yourself that who you are already. It is not supposed to bring you to the desire. It is supposed to remind yourself that you already are the being that have all the desires, regardless if it's a specific person, money, health, whatever. Now, when I embarked this journey, I started with the law of attraction, the secret. And regardless of what they say, I did manifest. I did manifest a specific person. I did manifest a few things in my life. However, I became very anxious and I had a 24/7 anxiety. What if I don't do this? Then I will not be able to have it. And with that, I've also manifested depression, and that depression manifested in my body um, to become arthritis and cirrhosis, because I actually had autoimmune for the past 12 years, but I got inflammation due to all of that. And I actually had this anxiety and depression going on, and that spiraling when you manifest something and you receive it and then it goes away, specifically with specific people. You manifested your specific person and then they came into your life just to shortly leave afterwards, or a few months go past and then everything goes downhill. Now, then so about 4 years ago, maybe 3 years ago, I came across someone explaining that you must change your state of being. You must be that you desire. And then I was totally confused because I didn't understand what they were saying. Because now I've learned that you need to vibrate high, you must have positive thoughts, you must do the techniques so that you must persist and all of this. However, it is valid that you need to persist to make a change in your life. But from what state of being are you doing it from? Are you doing it from the state of being, from you don't know your own identity and what you were aware of? Because in my case, I was not aware that I'm not a priority and that I had this tendency to do things to receive love. So love was not conditional to me. I also had a lack of self-worth with the thing of being chosen and wanted. And that was a very, very big thing for me to change, because I've tried to change it in a superficial way, but I didn't really understood the core belief of being. Being, who are you without the labels? Now I know this is a very strange concept because it's so easy for someone that snapped and they understand the state of being the person that already have it. But what if you have all of these masks that you adopted along the way and you don't even know who you are as a being? Now let me tell you how I have identified, but also remember I've also went for coaching, and I'm not going to lie to you guys. I went for several coaching sessions with different coaches, and that's okay because that coach has actually guided me into the right direction. However, a coach can only guide you, but they can't make the change for you. You need to make the change, because no matter what you're going to do, if you're not willing to be the person that already have that desire, no coach will ever guide you to become that person, because it's a choice. So first of all, being. What are you being? Now, being is like, for example, I was a being that I was the kind of person that was not loved conditionally. I was the person that was always doing the things so that I can receive something. I was the kind of person that thought that love is conditional. You need to be a certain way, react a certain way, and all of this stuff. And also, I was the being that always did the techniques, affirm, do the sad scenes, and no offense. I still received my desires, but it was not sustainable because I've lost myself in the process. But also, while I was losing myself, when that desire seems to go a certain way that is undesired, especially with a specific person, I spiraled the shit out of me because I couldn't be the state that had the solid foundation. All right? Now let's talk about this. How to manifest anything is start to become the person that already have it, and that is being the version of yourself that already has it. But how can I do that? Now, first of all, you need to realize it is not a trying thing, it's a realizing thing. It is not a doing thing, it's a choosing thing, making a choice. So, the first thing that you need to realize is that you are created by God, regardless what religion you are thinking of. The moment when you look in the mirror, you are godly. That means that you are exactly the same as God, because we co-create. And meaning, if I say co-create, creation is finished. There is no desire, no thing that ever not existed, because it's written, it's done, it's already completed. The second thing that we realize or need to realize is that we have the free will to choose. And that is making a choice and sticking with that choice and commit by with dominion, authority, that it's done. The moment when you made a choice, it's done. The third thing that you need to realize is you need to become still. The problem with our community, and not with the community in this world of today, we have technology, we have all of this fast, instant gravitation, things that want to make us feel good. But the thing is that we need to become still. And if I say become still, you need to sit with your thoughts. And you need to really be honest with yourself. And you must ask yourself, what are you have been? What kind of person and what life have showed up until this point? And you need to write it down. Or regardless, if you write it down, record it, I don't care what you are doing. And then you ask yourself, is this the kind of person that I would really want to become or be for the rest of my life? And this is not pointing the finger to show to the outside circumstances or conditions of the other people. No. This is to become aware of what you have think that it was a truth and it's not. Take off the mask and realize that we adopted all of these beliefs and we look outside in the circumstances and conditions for validation and all of this stuff. But to be frankly honest with you, are you committed? Are you valuable for yourself? Let me ask you this frank question, regardless how you would think about it. If I was a god, if you were a god, how would he or she act it? If I was a god and I already have the person, the money, the health, how would they react it? What choices or how would they live their life? Think about it. If you were a god, how would you react it? How would you have showed up for yourself? Would a god not set themselves as a priority? Would they not love themselves? Then would they not appreciate themselves? Because remember, everything in your world is a reflection of your own inner being. So if you are not a priority, it's because you don't prioritize yourself. If you're not unconditionally loved, it's because you conditioned love. If you want a committed relationship, you need to commit to yourself. I really wish I knew what I knew today, how easy it is to manifest. Now, I'm not going to say that it's going to be a walk in the park, because it's going to be an ongoing choice that you're going to need to make, and you need to stick with it. And you need to keep yourself reliable. The other thing is, sometimes things can happen instantly, but let's be frankly honest. The manifestations that might have come in instantly, is it because it was meant? First of all, always, everything is meant for you. Nothing is against you. Everything happens for a reason. And if you can understand that, even the bad circumstances is a blessing in disguise. However, the manifestations that comes a little bit in a time manner unfolds perfectly. Because a tree that bears fruit doesn't sprout after the seed was planted the next day. So the same with things that take time. If we can just realize that that thing is actually unfolding perfectly, and that a part of incidents of the part of the breach of incidents are unfolding exactly how it should, so that you can receive it without going back to manifest it once again. Now just remember that you are all and everything. That includes time. Time does not exist. Only time that exists is right now, the present moment. But we need to keep on persisting, choosing the new reality in every moment, second of the day. And that doesn't mean to stand still and wait for your reality to unfold. It means the moment when you think about your desire, you need to remind yourself that it's already done and in the desired state. Not going and go in a spiral or think by yourself that why doesn't I have it, why is it not here yet, or what should I do more? No. Live your life in the present moment, because if you live in the present moment, it's a path of the least resistance, meaning that you don't condition the circumstances and conditions and the unfolding of your breach of incidents. You only allow it to become as how it should, without doing the labeling and all of the in-between or controlling. The only thing that you can control is your breathing and your thoughts and the choosing and being. That's it. You cannot do anything else, because the story has already been written. Are you going to allow it to become the new version of yourself by accepting that it's done? Now, I can sit here and let you know and say, you know what, it's fucking easy and it's all going to be fine. Each and every one of us have our situation and struggles, and it's okay to have your struggles and all of that. But it needs to be honest with yourself. Become the person that you already are by accepting, by choosing the new version of yourself in every second of the moment. And if I say that every second and every moment, I don't mean let your life stand still and don't live your life and do techniques and affirm 24/7. No, I'm saying become aware that you are God and you are the source and you are the center of your own fucking reality, and become aware of the things that you are aware of, your past and the present and the future, and ask yourself, is this the way I want to go live my life going forward? If not, no, then change that. As easy as that. I know it sounds very easy. You're going to go through things that are going to show you if you are in that new state of being. And I'm not going to lie, I had my fair share of spiraling the shit out of me, and have opposing thoughts, had anxiety, stressed, and all of this stuff. We are only human. But I needed to realize that everything that I was thinking that was opposing and not in the direction of what I wanted to go, live my life, is to just realize that it's an illusion and it's not the truth. And that everything can change in any second now. And the other thing that we all have the tendency to do as well is trying to control. Now that is where faith comes in, and meaning faith, knowing that it's already done, that you don't need to do anything. What I'm saying is letting go, meaning let go of this idea that you need to do things and you need to control things so that you can be able to receive it. You don't need to. The only thing that you can control and need to do, and if we say persist, meaning what you need to do is to make the new choice, and every time when the thought comes up that is opposing, to make the choice to say, no, this is not my new story, because I'm a god of my own reality, and that if I was a god of my own reality, I can choose a different story. And if I was God, how would they live? How would they react? How would I be? Because if I'm a God that choose my reality or my life or my conditions or my circumstances, then I don't need to do anything. The second thing to do is, yes, use techniques. They are great, but don't use them to receive things, because that is not what techniques are for. Techniques, affirmations, sats, whatever, is to remind you that you already have it and that it is done, not to receive anything. And persist in the new story. Every time when the story comes up into mind, and without forcing, I don't say look at it or think about it for 27 hours, 24/7 hours. I'm saying live your life, be present, do things. And it's healthy to do things and not wait. Live a healthy life. Wake up, make your bed, wash your face, brush your teeth, eat a healthy breakfast. Become aware of your thoughts. Be gentle with yourself. Love yourself. Take care of yourself. If an opposing thought comes to mind, quiet your mind by whatever technique you want to use, regardless if it's just a breathing, EFT, I don't care. Just become quiet, become aware, and remind yourself that I am not this story or this person or this version anymore. And remind yourself the new story. And then after you have reminded yourself of the new story, make the choice and accept it as it's done and live your life. That's it. It fits regardless if it's a specific person, money, health, or whatsoever. Just make the choice. Become it, be it, and persist in it. And meaning persisting in it is not persisting by 24/7 doing the technique or use tools. Persisting meaning every time when it comes to mind, remind yourself it's done. And let go. Let go. Detach. Meaning, what does it mean? It means let go of all the old stories and old beliefs that doesn't serve you anymore, and detach from the version of yourself that does not have it. Detach of the wanting, searching, looking, and desiring, and let go of that by reminding yourself that it's done. Because if I'm a God, God has everything and it's done. I don't need to do anything anymore. That means if I want to be married to my specific person, I am married. What would a person that is married do? Now that is something that you guys really need to be honest with you, because if you are going to search for a quick, easy way, like just a text message, is it going to give you the relationship or being with the person? Are you the person actually that other person want to be with? Be honest with yourself, because if you sit and wait for the rest of your life for the other person to give you everything that you want or need, well, guess what? It's unattractive. And I really would not want to be with a person that was waiting for me to make them feel better, and vice versa, the same. I would like to tell my person, if we get into the reality where we are together, that I have invested in myself to become the best version so that they also can benefit of the new version of me, because I don't want to be a mistake or make mistakes to be in my new relationship. So what kind of version of a person would I like to become so that I can be investment for my person as well, to be beneficial? So what would a very good wife look like? They would cook dinner, look after the kids, cleaning the house. Because let's be honest, if that person died tomorrow, would you let your life stand still for the rest of your life because that person passed away? would that be a very healthy thing to do? Yes or no? So why do you do that? And let's be frankly honest, it's unattractive when you wait for another person to get back to your life and you didn't do anything else in your life whatsoever freaking ever. You didn't do use this time while you are waiting for that specific person to do the things that you would have really wanted to do and set aside and didn't do at all. If it's art and craft, do it. If you want to paint, do it. If you want to learn a new language, do it. If you want to learn to swim, do it. If you did want to go to the beach, do it. If whatever you freaking want to do, just do it. And you know what? The moment when that person comes back and you start to talk to him or her about all of this stuff, it's nice to hear that you have done all of this stuff and didn't wait for them to complete you, because that is something that we all do. We are waiting for another person to come back and let us know what our value and validation are and how to make us feel loved and all of this, prioritized and all of this. No. Invest in yourself. Do the things that you need to do. And no offense, whatever might have happened, if it's with your specific person or new person, everyone and anything can benefit out of it if you are in a good foundation with yourself. And the foundation is solid and not built on sand. Because then you know that you're going to contribute and not be a burden. Do you want to be a burden or do you want to be a contribution to whatever you are desiring? A boss that is wealthy is not a burden to himself, but he is valuable. That is how you should actually invest in yourself as well. So, how to manifest anything, specific person, whatever, is to realize who you are, become still. Remind yourself that you are God of your own reality. You are the center of everything. Persist by choosing the new story. Detach with knowing that it's already done. Detach from wanting, desiring, and looking and seeking. And become present. Live your life. Invest in yourself. Because no one else can invest in you unless you do it to yourself. And we all have been in relationships. And we all had that one person that was needy or obsessed or whatsoever freaking ever, or they couldn't do anything for themselves, or they were needing you to do everything for them, or whatsoever freaking ever. Was that attractive? Did you actually enjoy it? Or was it a burden because you needed to do extra more because of the other person? Now reverse that roles and ask yourself the same freaking question. Are you the person that your specific person would like to invest and enjoy or become in a committed loving relationship, or are you actually a burden at the moment by being obsessively or whatsoever freaking ever? Just ask yourself, if the roles were opposite, would you have find it attractive? If someone else was that needy, wanting you to feel valuable and confirm your value and being chosen and being prioritized, would you want that to happen to you? Yes or no? Then stop it and choose a different story and become the new version of yourself. That's it. Alright guys, I actually planned it to I wanted to make this video a little bit more special by doing a little bit of a makeup situation, but you know what? My channel is authentically maskless. I'm not going to bullshit you and walk around the park with whatever you want to hear. The people that need to hear what they need to hear will get to my channel. That's it. I'm authentically maskless, and you as well. I'm taking off the mask. I'm not going to be here and telling you what you need to do. that is not, I'm not going to do that, but you need to know the truth. That's it. Remove the mask and become the new version of yourself that already has it already. All right, guys, have a good day and have a good week. I'm going to post a little bit more videos in the upcoming few days or weeks. I just changed my channel a little bit, and I just wanted to let you guys know.